Hello everyone, I'm Grim, a freelance artist, and this is part 2 of a 2-part series of things you should think about before starting art commissions. In the first part, I went over the various factors you should consider before you start art commissions, and they were pretty open-ended questions to ask yourself and weigh the answers to. In this video, I'm going to go over the pros and cons of doing art commissions. I went into some similar ones before in my video, just talking about what it's like for me personally doing art commissions right now, but this list is going to be a bit more generalized and larger in scope than what I talked about in that video. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, starting with the cons of doing art commissions for a living. I am starting with the cons because they are scary, and I am the type of person who would rather rip the band-aid off quickly than let it loom over me or get really hyped up and then just be totally bummed out. One of the first cons of doing art commissions full-time is the extreme unpredictability. You do not know how much work you will have or how much money you will make in any given month. Some months you'll have 20 hours of work and other months you'll have 200, and good luck fitting that in. You can do some things to build up consistent clients, different income sources, and save for dry spells, but you'll never be able to completely eliminate the variability on that. The unpredictability is a feature, not a bug, of doing art commissions. The second con to doing art commissions full-time is that they're potentially very isolating. If you do not have another community you participate in, it's so easy to get sucked into your work. And if you want to be a freelance artist, bare minimum, I suggest you make sure you're active in an art Discord and hop into a voice call with friends while you work, even if you're deafened. Which, by the way, I have an art Discord. There's a link in the description. We're pretty small and cozy right now, but there's all sorts of nerdy queer people in there too. So if that's up your alley, you should hop in. However, that being said, the best solution to that is to find an in-person group if you can. Even if it's not strictly a group of art friends, definitely check local libraries and other community centers in your area. I would really recommend making sure you have a hobby or regular thing you do that gets you to talk with other people. The third con of doing art commissions is you have to do everything, and I mean everything. You will be doing a lot of work besides making art. You have to handle client correspondence, invoices, taxes, schedules, everything. You also need to fit in time to advertise your work. If you don't advertise, you get no work. If you get no work, you starve. Now that the scary stuff is out of the way, let's talk about the cool parts of doing art commissions, the pros of it. So, number one, big thing, you get paid to do something you love. And while not every job will be perfect, most of them will at least be up your alley. If there's something you love to draw, someone will pay you for it, no matter how niche it is. Just as there's niches for furry art, pet pictures, cute anime stuff, there's entire niches for drawing people's characters from specific RPGs. Like, if you love drawing something, someone out there would like to pay you for it. Another pro of doing art commissions is you get extreme flexibility in every department, every aspect of it. This is sort of the other side of the coin of having to do everything. Because you call the shots, you get to make every decision, which, yeah, that can be exhausting. But it does mean you don't have to do jobs you don't want to, as long as you can afford it. You choose when you work, you choose where you work. It's great. If you are having a terrible day, no one will judge you for working in cozy pants, snuggled up with Coco, or just having your favorite show on in the background for the 500th rewatch. If you struggle in any way with being able to work a regular job, freelance art will mean no one will get to say, no, you can't give yourself that accommodation. And lastly, you will learn a lot about yourself by doing freelance art commissions. When only you are responsible for finishing your work, you get really good at knowing what you can and can't do. And you'll also figure out how you get things done. And trust me when I say it, it absolutely translates out to the rest of your life. Because I have to send boring emails to clients all the time and do budget stuff and do all these mundane organizational things for myself for work, I am able to do that for other aspects of my life and honestly help friends out with it too when they ask. Now, obviously, this is not a perfectly exhaustive list of all of the pros and cons of doing art commissions, but I think it covers all of the biggest ones that are all-encompassing. Because honestly, a lot of things about doing art commissions are a double-edged sword. Sometimes the flexibility is a benefit, and sometimes it is a bane. Sometimes having to make all the decisions is exhausting, and sometimes it's a treat. All that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something new about doing art commissions, and of course, if you have any questions about it, feel free to ask in the comments below. This is also the part of the video where I ask you to like and subscribe, because that is what the corporate overlords running YouTube look at to determine whether or not this video sucks and should be abandoned in the darkest corners of the internet forever. Anyway, that scary hypothetical aside, I will see you in the next video. Hopefully. I'd like to see you in the next video. I mean, have you really gotten enough of this adorable mug? Alright. Anyway, I will stop haranguing you now. Bye-bye.